Recently, I've had quite a lot of AR-15s on the channel, different types, you know, different makes, models, reviewing them. Done the Yeeverly Speed Steel shoot, that was quite good, videoed that. Loads of guys there using AR-15s. And like I said, I've had numerous ones on the channel that I've tested and reviewed. Got a number of them around here, sort of just loitering here in the rat cave. But then, occasionally, every so often, every once in a blue moon, something totally different comes along. And I get pretty excited at different stuff. You know, I'm not one of these jump on the bandwagons types of reviewers, you know, where I've got to rave about what everyone else is raving about. So, I may as well just show you this before I waffle on. This is certainly different, and when I first seen it I thought, do you know what, I actually like that. And when I found out it was totally ambidextrous, I got even more excited. This is, check out that muzzle brake, the Tanfoglio Appeal in 22 Magnum semi-auto bullpup. What do you think about that? I think it is totally and utterly cool. It is just cool. It seriously is. I know some of you guys are going to be like, oh my God, that's like Marmite. You either love it or hate it. To be fair, I do a lot of bullpups. You know, you watch on the channel, do a lot of air gun bullpups. I had a shotgun bullpup once. I thought that really wasn't good. That really wasn't good. A lot of air gun bullpups and semi bullpups as well. Been a while since I've had. In fact, I don't know if I've actually done a rifle bullpup, like a Section 1 or rimfire bullpup. I don't think I have. It's got me thinking now. I don't think I have. Nothing sort of pops out of my head anyway. This thing is so cool. And I'm going to tell you straight off the bat, I'm seriously tempted about getting one. I seriously am tempted. I really am. It's that much fun to use. It's just totally cool. Let me throw out some specs and then we'll have a closer look at this thing. So this is the Italian Tanfoglio Appeal. And yes, it appeals to me. You may have gathered that. Available in 22 LR or 22 WMR. This is the 22 Winchester Magnum. Okay, this is the Magnum version. Full length is 665 millimeters, weighing in at under 3.5 kilos, 3.4 kilograms to be precise. Barrel length is 450 millimeters. Magazine capacity is 10 rounds. You are supplied with 2 magazines. Let me show you this little beauty. It is so cool, so cool. I have had some serious fun shooting this thing. Lefties, let me tell you this for a start, okay? As you know, I'm a lefty, and I thought to myself at first, oh, I'm gonna struggle shooting this thing. But it turns out that I shot it right-handed anyway, and I'll explain that in a minute. But this thing is totally reversible, okay? I think I'm better off showing you the diagram in the manual. So you can basically swap this thing to full southpaw, full left hand. It is a bit of a... it's not like a 30-second job, okay? It's not a 30-second job. Basically, what you have to do is you have to strip it down, obviously, and you've got to swap the guts about. No, I'm not going to do it. And no, I didn't do it. The reason I didn't do it is because I can, to an extent, shoot right-handed, okay? If it was my own, absolutely. I'd absolutely swap it to left hand, no questions. But because it's a loner, I thought, do you know what? I don't want to end up losing something or breaking something inside. Not that I would, but it'd just be my luck. Guys, you've seen me strip guns down on video. You know what I'm like. It's going to go wrong, isn't it? That's why I just thought, do you know what? I'm just going to use it as it is. But basically, you can swap everything round. The ejection port cover, the bolt handle, the extractor, everything swaps around, okay? And that's how you do it. Yeah, it's if you guys tinker or you're a lefty and you need to do it, then you need to do it. Really good instructions on how to do it. I'll talk about the manual shortly. Swapping it around, obviously you do all your guts inside. There is a cover there, if you're wondering about the ejection port, that cover there basically comes off, put it on the other side, and then it'll eject the other side. Bolt handle literally pulls out and swaps to the other side. Simple as that. That is so awesome. Thank you, Tanfoglio. I can't get that in. See, I mean, you guys seriously expect me to do a strip down job on camera when I can't even get this this bolt handle back in. This is where I break my hand. Oh, come on now. All it is a ball bearing and I'm struggling. Oh, there we go. Right. Moving on. So let's take this thing from the top and I'll show you more about it. Okay, tell you more about it. So the recoil pad, butt pad, it is pretty much the same polymer as the rest of it. It'd be nice if that was rubber. That's probably my first little gripe. It'd be nice if that was rubber, just to give it a little bit, you know, of nice feeling. I don't know, a rubber butt pad always makes it feel a bit more quality rather than a polymer one. But we can put up with that. We can put up with that. Then you've got, as it is a bullpup configuration, fully straight and ambidextrous. Cheek piece stock. Would you call it cheek piece? Not really. You've got like this, I was going to say texturing, it's not even texturing, these lines to offer grip or a little bit of comfort. It is comfy, to be fair. It is comfy. Slinging area there, slinging loop there, one on the front as well, if you care to sling this thing. It has an upper and lower, okay? Not going to break it open because I really don't like breaking these open. I don't like breaking any gun open on camera. Basically, take this pin out, that one there. I think you have to take that one out and that one up here. And with this has actually got the muzzle brake on. You can actually take this off because that is an actual muzzle brake there incorporated, all polymer, and you've got this bit of Picatinny rail on the bottom. You can take all that off. I don't think it is threaded, which is a shame because you could put on a can if you wanted to, but I'd just keep it like this with the muzzle brake. The muzzle brake works quite well actually. I know you don't need it on a 22, I get that, but it looks good. And I don't know whether you can really see in the footage, but I did know it was venting all the gas straight up, so it does look pretty cool, you know, and it works pretty well. So it does kind of stop a little bit of that muzzle flip, because it's sort of pushing the barrel down rather than the recoil pushing it up. But yeah, leave that on. Would you really want to put a can on this thing? You know, the whole reason for this rifle is its compactness. You know, that is pretty small. But no, you can separate the upper from the lower. Again, you've seen that in the diagram. I'll just show you the diagram. It's way easier than me trying to do it on camera. And that you can get to your guts and everything there. I have had a look inside. Everything does seem really quite robust in there and solid. Really impressive, to be fair. Like I say, I didn't swap it round. I didn't really want to start stripping bits off and tinkering and stuff because, like I say, this is a loner. So there is your ejection port on this side. Like I say, you can totally swap that round, which is great, and that cover swaps back over here. You know, if you're a lefty, put the cover on there, so you, or whatever, so you're not going to have your cheek in sort of a hole, so to speak, there. Magazine. There is your magazine release, making the magazine release totally ambidextrous. And these are your magazines. Polymer 10 round magazines. And you know what? Really, really good. No problems with them whatsoever. And the reason I say that is because semi-auto 22 Magnums quite often have problems. And in my experience and from what I know, it's usually the magazines that causes it. Okay, I know that through the Guncraft AR-15s that I tested and reviewed. Rob from Guncraft, he had to, I think he had to have parts made for the magazines just to make them cycle better, because you know the 22 Magnum round is obviously, what is it? It's almost double the length, isn't it, of a 22 LR, and it just had, I think it had a problem where it was, as it was coming out of the magazine, it was flipping up a bit high and sort of jamming up like that, and we had to have parts made anyway. Solved the problem, but I think these magazines, well, they've kind of got it right, straight out the back, because I had zero issues with this rifle. And when I first put the picture of this rifle on social media, people are like, oh, that's a jam just waiting to happen. 200 rounds, not a single feed at all. That is brilliant. What ammo was I using? I was using, I don't even know what weights they are actually, because this is a little bit of old stock that I've got. But I put 200 rounds through of this stuff. CCI, hollow point. Yeah, hollow points as well. That can usually cause an issue. Didn't. I would tell you guys, if this had jammed, I would have got it on camera. I'd be showing you right now on camera. It didn't. It did not miss a beat. Absolutely awesome. CCI Maxi Mag V, or Plus V. That's what I was using. What accuracy did I get? So should we sort of jump back? Should we jump into accuracy? No, let me tell you about the rest of the rifle. So that magazines, excellent magazines, and you're supplied with 2. That is so cool. So cool. Don't know whether you can see down there. If I open the bolt, I'm gonna have to lock the bolt open. So you can sort of see, you can't really see a great deal down there, but I think you can see, well, through that bit, see those steel rods? You've got 2 steel rods, so everything is really nice and solid. Now with an AR, an AR on a bolt, you get a lot of the meat at the rear of the bolt, you know, to help it sort of, you know, to give it that oomph back and oomph forward, you know, basically a bit of weight, basically, to, you know, to drive and, well, to strip that next round off and chamber it solidly. If there weren't a lot of weight there, it'd sort of just faff, wouldn't it? It'd faff about after each shot. You know, you take your shot, it'd blow back, you'd need a real good spring, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'm no expert when it comes to technical stuff, as you know, but from what I have learned about this, the way they do it, like I say, on an AR, you have a lot of meat. We'll just call it meat, okay? You have a lot of meat at the rear of the bolt. On this, because there isn't a lot of room because of this configuration, there's like a rod that's attached to the bolt here. So that gives the weight, basically, for it to move, if that makes sense. Oh, whatever. You might know what I'm on about. I kind of do. But in fact, let's have a look. They might have a drawing of or a picture of that, of what I'm trying to explain to you. There is a guy on YouTube actually who explain. Oh, there you go. Who does explain it a bit better than me. In fact, that explains it perfectly. So there's your bolt lock, and that's actually the front of the bolt there. That's the rear, and you've got this big rod in front to just give it that extra weight. Okay, does that make sense? Gives it that, I guess it's like kinetic energy to slam it back, you know, for the spring to sort of push it forward, backward. Anyway, it works. It just works. However they've done it, it just works. Like I said, it did not miss a beat. I was seriously surprised because I thought, yeah, first mag, I thought, okay, brand new gun, you know, it's all lubricated, brand new, squeaky clean. 100 yards, 100 rounds through it. I was like, do you know what? This thing is all right. 200 rounds. That's all the rounds I had on the day. Brilliant. I have put more through since that I didn't get on camera. Still hasn't missed a beat. I've only used that flavour, to be fair. That CCI Maximag Plus V. That's all I've used. That seems to be all I can get hold of at the minute. It seems to love it. Chewed through it. So I've probably put around, I'm going to say 350, probably nearly 400 rounds through, because I did save half a box. We'll say 350 rounds through. I've put through this particular rifle. Absolutely 100% reliability so far. That's enough for my testing, you know. Time will tell. I mean, you guys, if you guys have owned one of these rifles, then let me know. I'd be interested to hear in the comments how you're getting on with it. You know, if you've got loads more mileage with it, how's it getting on? Let me know. I'm a reviewer. I have, as you know, I have guns for a limited time. I can't sort of, you know, give them a lifetime worth of testing, you know, in a few weeks. It doesn't work like that. But no, my testing, my data, 100%. I have got one little gripe about it. All right, the plastic recoil pad, butt pad, yeah, we can get over that. The only thing I'm not so keen about, this is your bolt release. Now, if you're used to ARs, you're used to pressing a bolt release down, okay, or pushing it in to release the bolt. This one, it's that lever there, which ain't great, to be fair, but you have to push it up and then the bolt closes. Fingers out the way, rack, and that closes the bolt. Okay, so you push it up. To lock it back, obviously, you've got to pull the bolt back and then pull that down, and then it locks the bolt open. So yeah, that's not amazing, that ain't. But do you know what? I can live with it. Cross bolt safety catch, which is excellent. Really excellent. Love cross bolt safety catches. Does the job. Very clear as well when it is hot. You can see the red there. Really love that. Moving along to the actual thumb hole and pistol grip. Plenty of room there for a gloved finger. There's loads of room, okay? Or gloved thumb, should I say. Finger swells there, comfortable. All polymer, the whole thing is polymer, so, you know, no issues with the weather or anything. Trigger guard polymer, there's your cross bolt safety as mentioned. The actual foregrip, so to speak, yeah, it's comfortable. It's dead pointable as well. And then there's your other slinging area there. And then you've got, like as I mentioned earlier, muzzle brake there, which looks cool. And then you've got a bit of Picatinny rail there if you want to throw on a bipod or light or whatever. And then this is your rail here, okay? Yeah, it's a little bit Walther G22 looking, this rifle is. It obviously doesn't come with an optic. It comes with open sights, which are, they're all right. But to be fair, I didn't really use them. I just threw on this Hawk Red Dot 30. Worked all right. It did. What I will say is that is not sort of true Picatinny rail. So say if you've got a red dot that's got like its set spacing for, you know, genuine Picatinny rail, then you might struggle. You might have to sort of file a little bit down. It is all polymer to get it on, because you might find it doesn't line up. But apart from that, you know, I clamped this thing on, works all right. That'll bring us to accuracy. Now, I did think about putting a scope on, and it wouldn't really have worked, okay? I've got an AR-15 scope here. It just wouldn't have worked that well, because it would have been, I would have had to have had it quite far back like that, you know, to get the correct eye relief. And my cheek wouldn't have really been touching the stock to sort of look through the scope. So that's why I opted for a red dot, and the red dot weren't bad at all. Now bear in mind, this was at 75 yards, okay? Bear in mind that, let's just sort these targets out. The red dot was actually probably that big, okay, on these targets as I was looking through it. So I was almost sort of just getting it roughly where I wanted it and shooting it. 75 yards, Tanfoglio Appeal, 22 Magnum, red dot. It was windy as well, you can see that in the footage. That is my grouping with a red dot. Don't ask me what happened in the middle. Don't know, my target board kept falling over, and I was just losing, I was having to go down range, stand it back up. I was just losing track of where I was. So there's 3 shots there. There's 4 shots there. That is a good group. They're all not bad groups, to be fair. Okay? Not bad at all. Did another one here. Half decent groups. For that range with the red dot, I'm happy. I am happy. Like I said, the red dot was this big, okay? The red dot was covering that entire. So it was, you know, with a scope, then obviously you're going to do loads better than that with a scope. But with a red dot, it is what it is. I know, obviously, the 22 Magnum is way more capable than 75 yards. Of course it is. You know, you can reach out to like 300, can't you? With the 22 Magnum. But this particular rifle, I don't know, just a red dot suited it really well, really well. Oh, guys, I love it. I'm so tempted to get one. I really am. So tempted. With it being a bullpup, what was the trigger like, Rack? Do you know what? The trigger weren't bad. Let me just remind myself. It weren't bad. It is a little bit sort of spongy. Shall I give it a pull for you guys? Let's give it a pull. See what it does. I think it'll wear in. You know, after say 1,000 rounds, it'll probably wear in a bit. You know, become a bit more smoother. Let's give it a pull just for fun. £7. £7, 1.5 ounces. So yeah, it's a bit of a heavy trigger. It is bullpup, you know, there's linkages and this, that and the other going on. So you kind of, I don't know, expect that with a bullpup, don't you? You do. Let's have a look at the manual. So, manual is pretty good, apart from it's in black and white, but we'll you know, we'll live with that. Gives you specs there. That's what I've read out to you guys at the beginning of the video. All your usual sort of do's and don'ts. And good photographs. So it'd be nice in colour, to be fair. But it's all adequate. You know, tells you everything you need to know. Don't think you can adjust the trigger. I don't think you can. But tells you everything else, how to load it, how to sight it in, you know, all your usual stuff, and most importantly for you lefties, how to swap this thing round to a lefty, which is just amazing. Amazing. I've only ever seen air rifles that can do that, like Daystate Pulsar. Yeah, just what have I just done? Walther Rain, that was good. That's swappable to lefty. Yeah, so really good. Oh yeah, exploded diagram. You know I like them. You know I do. Tells you all the bits and pieces as well, what everything's called. Really, really cool manual. The box is pretty good as well. What did I do with the box? Here's the box. Show you the box. It's got Tanfoglio on there. I keep wanting to say that with an Italian accent. Tanfoglio. There's your other magazine. Decent box, not a cheap, crappy one. You get, this is impressive as well. You get a real decent cleaning rod and jags and bits and pieces there. That is really cool. Really cool. Nice extras. We like extras here in the Rack Cave. We really do. Have I missed anything? Price. You'll need to, if you're here in the UK, contact your local dealer. Available from Northwest Custom Parts here in the UK. Give them a shout. But at this point, I haven't got a price on it, and I've not been given a price on it. So it'll be interesting to see what these things run at, because they are pretty new here in the UK. But I've got to say, I really, really like it. I'd like different. I really do like different. This is certainly that. The way it's fully ambi is brilliant. The way that it is 100% reliable. 350 rounds so far, running 100%. That is excellent, and it's pretty damn accurate as well. What is not to like? Yeah, all right, I guess it's a Marmite gun. You're either going to love it or hate it, you know. To be fair, at first, when I first seen it, I thought this thing is going to feel horrible. But seriously, if you think that, just pick one up, hold one, shoulder it, and you'll actually think to yourself, you'll think, do you know what? That actually feels quite good. It really does. It feels solid. You know, it doesn't feel cheap or crap. It feels solid. You know, good polymer on it. It's not like real tacky, crappy stuff. It just really does feel good. It really does feel good. I like it. It's an interesting one, but I really, really am impressed with it. Anyway, guys, that is your Rack and Load review of the Tanfoglio Appeal 22 WMR bullpup semi-automatic rifle. Did I mention it's semi-automatic? Of course I did. You can see that in the footage anyway. Anyway, that is Rack and Load. Thanks for watching. See ya.